Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Helka empath. Yeah, I like to use that as a definer for myself. Cause, uh, cause I do. Yeah, I announce it. I do. Cause not all Heyoka, just like everybody, not all Karens supposedly are not all the same. Not all Karen. I know one that's pretty exceptional. I know a Karen that's pretty exceptional. She don't fall in line with those other Karens that they're talking about. So you always got to take things with a grain of salt, because everybody has a different experience. Everybody has a different frame of reference, and so you people don't care to know where people come from to figure out why they act the way they act. And I'm always, ever since I was a little girl, I always just tried to, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you act like that? Why are you mad? Why are you angry? Why? Why is it hurt? I've had a lot of stuff in my life that it happened that is hurt bad, hurt. Like when you're to the extreme of when you get sick and you eat something, and then you get so sick, like kind of sick that when you're a grown up, you look back and you're like, I was so sick, I ate this thing, or I got so drunk, I ate this, and I got so sick that I can never ever eat it again. That kind of thing. See, because energy, that's how energy works. It puts prints on your soul. It's like an alarm on your soul, energy. And spirits go incarnation after incarnation having human experiences, like a library of life that you're just checking out. And you have your first breath and your last breath and all the breaths in between, but as soon as your breath stops, it travels on into the solar system, as far as I believe it. Is how I see it. What people do with that, and they're that vibe of their breath is sitting in rage and anger right now. The whole world is mad. I was watching some footage. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Where we go, when we go, all we are all connected. I love the new movement, the good guy movement, the underdog movement. I love it. You just don't hurt people. You don't put your hands on people. You don't do kids. You don't freaking have, crazy religious rituals that are based on human and animal sacrifice. Those are things that you don't get to do anymore. Fun's over. I'm sorry that these things are fun for a lot of people, but it's not fun for most. So, and most of us have always known this stuff was around. It was, oh yeah, that stuff exists, but there's so many people who are like, no, that's not real, because they don't want to explain it. They don't want to explain the heart space behind the mentality of how someone gets so twisted up they could do the ugly things that they do to human beings. And it's the rich and powerful. It's all economic levels. Vibration doesn't discriminate. Vibration doesn't go, no vibrational frequency doesn't hit those that don't want it. It's those that choose it, and the path and the course in life which they take, and decisions that they make. Are they going to be self-serving, all for you, or is it for others? Service before self. That's just the Lucy fairy tale. Luciferian. It's just service. It's just me before everybody else. Me, 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 me. That's all that it is when people act that way. They don't even know they're telling the tale of the Lucy fairy. They don't even know they're telling the tale. They don't even know they're living it. Let go that ego. Step into spirit. We can make a much better, peaceful earth I had a good idea today. If I had somebody to look out for Mom, I would do it in a heartbeat. I got so fired up about it. I'm like, dude, I could do that. I could do it. I could do it. I could do the Heyoka part of a Sundance as I understand it, as it's been represented to me and explained to me by people that have had them done, ceremony at their houses. I would dance for 3 days in Portland if I had someone to take care of Mom and the dogs. I would dance for 3 days. 3 days straight. I have to go to the bathroom, of course. I think you get bathroom breaks and stuff like that. I don't know what rules they, different interpretations, but I would go up there in the middle and I would just have my speakers and some lights that I can turn on around me for the nighttime, and I would dance all night. And I would do it for peace. That's what I would do it for. And I would teach these folks how to move and dance around and get in their light and their love, and stop beating on each other and stop burning down cities and stop breaking shit, man. You know how hard people work to build that shit? You people are just wrecking it because you're mad. Go sit in a fucking corner, hold yourself, hug yourself, and stop wrecking shit for everybody else. Because some of us are trying to do things in life, and you're fucking retarded and impeding our progress. You just need to stop. Stop it. People are always going to be hurt. They're always going to be angry. They're always going to make mistakes. Unless all the guns go away on the planet, which isn't going to do because it's everyone's right. It's not going to happen. Just get used to accidents happening and people freaking out, and their trigger discipline is shit. And they don't know how to do, and they don't know how to compartmentalize their thinking. They don't know how to keep themselves calm, and they're running their mouth, and they don't even realize their fingers on the trigger, and people are gonna get shot. So now, as that's the new norm, somebody gets shot and then burn down the city, burn down people's businesses, burn down their livelihood, just burn it all down. Hell, maybe they did it themselves for insurance money and they wanted it. They wanted it an easy out to retire. Who knows? Who knows why people do shit? The world this is freaking Revelations, man. I didn't even read the Bible. I said this is Armageddon, and then I was told yesterday by Mandy, it's like, yeah, I was talking to my mom just a couple days ago about how this is Revelation, so I guess this is Revelations. I tried to when I was a little girl, but reading for me, it always makes me go to sleep. Puts me to sleep. I just, I'm all about osmosis though. So I thought about doing a. I'd dance. I would do it. If I had someone to hang out with mom and the dogs and stuff. I would do it in a heartbeat. Someone that I trusted, but I don't. So I'll just think about it when I meditate today. I'll set the intention for it. Usually I'm good about usually about 90% good about doing what I say I'm going to do. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I just, and I try to even say I can't, but sometimes I can't even do that. I fall short in my human soul sack, But I've been getting ready. I've been exercising. I've been, doing what I'm supposed to do. This song has been playing so much. I don't want to hear that song. This one's kind of decent. What else? I made notes. I just made notes. I hate when I make notes. Achievement. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I was listening to a talk by Academy of Ideas. I've listened to the guy. He's a good kid. I like his talks sometimes. I just dabble. Because they all kind of run the same to me. Like, I'm sure my talks all kind of sound the same to people. But I try and keep it relevant and stuff like that to things that are happening today, and then touching on how they affect it, or how I respond in them from my perspective of my whole dash. That makes sense, or it doesn't. So Academy of Ideas did this talk back in April 6, 2017 about, did I keep it? Carl Jung. I shared it on my Facebook page. I need a desktop with a mouse. Or I would like a desktop and I don't need it. I would like a desktop with a mouse. Confounded. Let's see what's going to happen if I do this. Tech is just so Hogwarts kindergarten technology is. If it works, be glad. If it doesn't, man, how frustrating. It's like a daisy chain. human computer interface is really gone to the wayside. It's like to them, the more clicks are better. How many clicks does it take to get to the Oh, I can't wait for this. Pockets of the Future just put up Jennifer Gardner's latest Hollywood CV melt. She watched the end of The Office and she was just. I mean, I talk about shows all the time. I talk about shows all the time on how they impact me and stuff like that. So I ain't gotta really, you know. I haven't seen The Office. I would watch Ricky Gervais's version before I watch them. See, that's one of the reasons why I called it. I wanted to talk about life and art flip flopping. What was I looking up? History though. I gotta focus. I gotta focus because if I lose it, can't lose it. Okay, where is it with the Carl Jung top? Where is it? Is it not in my history? I watched the whole darn thing and it's not in my history. I'm telling you, man. Tech is freaking crazy. There's Don't Drink the Kool-Aid, The Peace Dealer, Healing Vibrations. What the heck? I know I watched it under this profile. Maybe it was in my Margie Hessick. Now it's a mystery. now it's a forensics things. I'm watching myself by myself. History. Did I watch it in Margie Hessick's? Yep, there it is. Because they're suspicious observers. Past microwave, new impact zone. I watched that this. Okay, so it's Carl Jung, The Achievement of Personality. That's a little, and it's just a quick talk. It's just a brief, like 10 minutes, like brief, at less than 10 for those that can't pay attention for too long. And there are slides in it. And here's the saying, and I thank Academy Ideas for this train of thought that I'm going to go down. I appreciate you. The saying, "For many are called, but few are chosen," applies here as nowhere else. For the development of personality from its germinal state to full consciousness is at once a charism and a curse. Its first result is the conscious and unavoidable separation of the single being from the undifferentiated and unconscious herd. This means isolation. There is no more comforting word for it. Neither family nor society nor position can save him from it. The development of personality is a favor that must be paid for dearly. And if that makes sense to you, then you are in the right place. If that doesn't make sense to you, then I'm a crazy dumb lady, and that is just never going to make sense to you. I saw this one. This was from Positive Energy on Facebook. One reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. I'm going to have to read that one to Mom real every day because she's getting nervous about stuff. That's why I'm trying to do things slowly, organically, so she doesn't get upset about stuff, which in turn upsets the dogs, which in turn upsets me. So I gotta lead the energy by keeping everything chill all the time. And I'm tired sometimes, but I have so much energy, but I get it done. It's just, I just gotta get there, you know. Sometimes you just gotta get there. Yeah, I don't think I'd go to I mean, I used to follow, like, you know, what's cool about Sundance is I've always loved the festivals, like the small movies, obscure movies, like Small Town Gay Bar. That was, you know, I used to watch these, like, because that's the genres that I always looked at, was the obscure, with like the small like the people doing the stories, you know. And then it seems like as art imitates life, because they are closer to the actual story of these things, and then as art imitates life. You know, you get up in a Hollywood, like Criminal Minds. I remember they did a story when I worked at Creighton University Hospital, CUMC. They did a story about a kid that was hitchhiking that got picked up, and then he was like the people that would take him in, you know, the single mom with kids, you know, oh, what are you doing out here? Let's get you, you know, we'll get a hold of CPS. And this kid was a serial killer type thing. But in that storyline, they had like the safe haven laws, and they dropped him off at a hospital, or like some part of that storyline of that episode. Somebody was dropped off at a hospital in downtown Omaha. Well, they always have like representations of where like actual, you know, these stories are written on actual events of people that know something. Because this is what, when I saw that episode, I'm like, that is what's, because that just happened at the hospital that I worked at. It wasn't a 16, it wasn't an older kid, because in Omaha you could do that to an 18-year-old. You're pissed at your kid, he's 17 years old, he doesn't do his homework, you're sick of him, you can drop him off at a hospital. Or it's a safe haven law that they had. It was just bizarre that it exists, and then people would even use it, you know, dropping babies off, you know, I can't, at a fire department or whatever, just no questions asked. But then what happens to the kids? And that's what people are finding out. Those stories are not, they're quite disingenuous, is what people are finding out. So my train of thought derailed because the song said, just the tempo of the song. Two Fingers, Jake Bug, we'll listen to that. I drank to remember, I smoked to forget. That's why I like that. Because when I drink, I just drink, and I would remember everything. And people don't want me to remember stuff. They really don't. They want me to forget. So, but then when I stop drinking, then that recall, it's just ascension, man. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's getting their recall. Everybody's waking up to their life purpose and this purpose based on their last incarnations. And some people are freaking out. You know, I can't wait until the days that they're not calling it schizophrenia and stuff like that. We're just radios. We're just tuning into other people's emotion. We're just like that saying that, you know, about isolation that Carl Jung was talking about. It's, you got to get quiet. You got to get quiet to know how you feel. So when you figure out how you feel about stuff, when you go outside, out in the world, and you meet people that are just crazy, because everybody's going crazy, and it's not going to let up anytime soon. It's going to crescendo. So it's building before the burst. We ain't at the burst yet, homies. I went to Wauhegan one time. I went driving around up there, you know, and stuff, and it's just like, this is going to happen everywhere. And if people don't contain themselves on this level, see, it's creating kinetic energy. It's like water, you know, water in a teapot. Everybody's getting hot. Everybody's losing their job. Everybody has something to do. Everybody has to move. Everybody is insecure. There's this fear it's in the air. And when you live in cities, you're just in a pocket. And people aren't calming themselves down, and they don't have any power that they believe in. Nobody it's going to be okay. And all the people that said, oh, everything's going to be okay, they just been taking all of our money and then wasting it, and then they show up on news conferences in better suits, $10,000 suits, and all the cities and all the states have more bigger, better fleets of vehicles that they're buying with all their stimulation. You know, all the stimulus stuff it's not going to the right places still. So all the people aren't getting the help. They're literally becoming enraged. And it's people in all economic, because now you got rich people. Now you got the rich elites, the Hollywood elites and stuff they're getting their insurance cut off, you know. But you're millionaires, right? You're married. You got plenty of money. I live on like $2,000 a month, or $2,500. Like, and my rent, you know, is over half of that, you know. So I make it work. I can float a loan. I can float a balance at 10 cents for 10 days, 22 cents for 10 days. Yeah. So it's all about living within your means, and we live on a world where a whole bunch of people just don't even know what it means to live within their means. Like those words, like, what is that? like words like budget and no water, lack of utilities, and no heat. It's stuff like that, you know, like they can't comprehend. So now everybody gets we're leveling the playing field. See, everybody gets a taste. If you've always been rich, you're gonna get a taste of poverty. If you've always been poor, you're going to get a taste of richness. It's what you do with it. See, I've been talking for years that businesses with the heart, that come from the heart space of greed, that I got an idea and it's going to make $1 million and I'm going to make it work. And that's your only intention. Not that it's a good product. It's a good solid product and that I believe in, and it can help people, and you know, whether it raises, you know, by being a goofy little light, camping light that changes colors, that raises somebody's vibe, you know, when the nieces come over, you know, give them something to go around, turn on all the lights, because I just want to live in a light bright. So I'm gonna have when I move, I got light. I've been collecting lights my whole life. Christmas, I'm just gonna have lights in the whole house. It's gonna be fun, you know. I'm kind of a novelty. I'm Heyoka, you know. And I just want to be able to live in because oops, sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were there, but I did know you were there. I just didn't realize you were so close. Um, I don't waste money. I don't, you know, I don't, I've spent, in my life, I've spent money for the occasion, for the experience. And I do that because I know that there's low times in your life where the astrology just makes you sit. You just got to think, and you got to process, and you got to grow, and you got to isolate, and you got to learn about yourself. So when I go out in the world, I can know more about other people and come from a place of understanding without coming from a place of judgment as much, and coming from a place of defense. So I had to learn how to get more into my offense, because I got defense down pat, man. I've been protecting myself from the bully my whole entire life. I mean, I've been that's why I bully bullies, because they always come out. If there's somebody that wants to be a dick to somebody, and you know, and they're in a bad mood and they see me, you know, I'm always the one that can pick out the dude in the room that's like, I hit girls. I'm always that one. But guess what? This girl hits back. You know, I duck and hit back. I'm getting better at it. I've been training. Getting physical. I can hold my own, man. I'll defend myself. I'm a peaceful being. I'll defend myself. And I pull hair. I'll freaking bite. It's street rules now, man. Look at the world. It's street rules. Everybody's scared. But I try to use that as last resort, complete last resort, complete last. Violence is always last. You don't it's bad karma, man. People aren't even realizing that, and they're all nonchalant with their freaking waving of their arms and stuff like that. And that makes me sad, just to see people, guns freaking unholstered. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just seeing it's just there this the arms discipline, and which is scary to me, because I mean, there's still freaking bombs and reserves and stuff. So if people are this freaked out, you know, and this stressed out, and a lot of these like old the military, because it's not looking favorable for the astrology, for the egos to not freaking hit buttons and stuff right now. And there's so many shows that 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 are like talk about it and stuff, you know, like in the end of day shows, in the end of like apocalypse. And so it's like people have already imagined it. So there's a stream of consciousness that is already, you know, there's potentials. There's only so many ways that storylines can end. They can end positively or negatively, where things are impacted to the point where they're decimated, civilization is completely wiped out, and then we get to start over. Earth is just an Etch-a-Sketch. That is all Earth is. It's an alien ant farm and an Etch-a-Sketch. We have an opportunity to have heaven on Earth, and every single civilization for millions of years has, every one of them, what's the longest they've lasted? 500 years? 250, 500 years. That's like the average lifespan. Like our lifespan is like 74 years, 78 years, whatever it is now. I don't know. Depends on who you ask and who pays them to say what they need to say. Because that's all what it is now. Nobody pays me to say anything. That's why I just talk so freely and openly, because I don't got no puppets on these. I don't got no strings. The only strings that are connected to me are the ones that are energetically connected to the planets and the energies that they represent. You know, people are figuring it out. They're just slow. They're mad because they didn't believe in the right things. That they put all their energy into believing all the wrong things. And I was mad for a while too. I erupted like a volcano. And then when I couldn't get a job, I erupted like a volcano more, and then I got quiet, because after the explosion you get quiet. And that's what God wanted me to do, is get quiet and reflect. And to learn to love myself, because I never did, because nobody else ever loved me. Everybody else loved me. My own parents, my whole life. I love you because you're my daughter. That's the only reason. Now, me and Mom, though, we cool. Now, she loves me because I make her good food, and I give her kisses and hugs, and I do her laundry and make sure she has clean sheet Saturday on Tuesdays or whenever, you know. And I freaking wash her feet, and I paint her nails. That's my favorite thing to do right now. I love painting her nails. She just lights up, and I love her, you know. And I never knew how, because she didn't know what to do with me. I was just tiny little, just this vibrating emotion that just responded on everybody's emotions around me. It was just, nobody knew what to do with me. I was always tested forever, and then it's just like, no, but just let me be me. I don't hurt nobody. I'm not a malicious being. I just flash, and I get loud, and I freaking sometimes cuss people out and tell them how I see them based on how I behaved in my past. Not just how you're acting like a fool. No, I've acted like a fool when I've been in situations like this. Is that what you're going through? I'm trying to relate to people. I'm not trying to condemn people. I'm not trying to make people feel bad about themselves. I'm trying to make people feel better about themselves. And then Mom has to remind me, because I don't think this way. She gives, you know, and that's why I'm trying to make friends, because I'm a wide open thinker, but there's a lot of perspectives that I just don't know, because the frame of reference ain't there. And she's just like, Marge, how many people just want to feel bad? People like to feel bad. And that is weird and twisted, but they always keep themselves in standings where they're feeling bad, because they keep acting the same way. Keep doing the same behaviors every day to make them feel bad. They're not doing anything different. I can't live the same day. I mean, I try to keep the same day for Mom, but around her, I'm constantly trying, because I just have too much thought process. I got too much Kundalini life force, creative energy. You know, we're just all little. I look at it as like a little speck of God. Like a little mirror, like if we were like say God is one of those disco balls, and we're all a mirror on it, and we fall off the mirror of the disco ball sometimes onto Earth, and then how we reflect that God, because that God could be God, or it could be the Luciferi. Because there's plenty of people that worship Satan, Lucifer on this planet. More people than probably actively, obviously, worship God's source, doing the right thing. That's what I look at good orderly direction as. God, do the right thing. So all these self-serving billionaires and, you know, all these people that have raped the planet and raped the people of the planet and created industry from raping, you know, all the human trafficking and children trafficking and animal abuse, just all the grossness for profit. That's all Luciferi shit. That's all Luciferi shit. That's all ego shit. That's all Satan shit. I don't care what religion that's all greed. I don't care what religion, if you into any of them, there's the greedy and the not, you know. And us that know how to be disciplined and live within our means. You know, look at the bureaucrats. They're the ones that pay themselves thousands, tens and thousands of dollars every single month, while we, you know, what's pull the trigger on the universal tax for everybody. Why so, you know, you can name a street overnight. You can name a street, you change it, have a street sign printed up, boys, Black Lives Matter Avenue or some shit, you know. You could, you know, I mean, all these people are so important. They're oh so powerful because they have so much money. But how come they're not doing? How come they're not helping the people that need it? They're not creative enough to come up with those ideas. But us people that need it, we got all the ideas in the world. But you won't take calls from us because we're not that important. So some of us start making YouTube videos, and I'm trying to make connections, man. I'm trying. But, you know, this is me trying to make connections. Hi, want to change the world? Want to change the world? Hey, you want to change the world? And then I meet this, yeah, let's change the world. Oh, you're too much. Psh, okay, all right. Hey, you want to do something? You want to do something positive with me? I got all kinds of ideas. You want to work with me? You know, oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, you want me to do some work too? Yeah? No? Okay. You're not going to do it all? No, because I got to move and I got to do other stuff too. Okay. All right, well, if you're not going to do it all and just make it easy for me, then I'm out. All right. See ya. You know, hey, you want shit? You know, and this is me every day, trying to, hey, you want to, not change the world. I don't want to change the world. The world ain't mine to change. Do you want to help me make some stuff better? Make some stuff better. I just want, just small goals, measurable. I don't want to save the earth. The earth is fine. She's fine. She don't need saving. She's the divine feminine, you know. She is all source. She is Mother Nature. We are fleas on a dog, on her. You know, we're supposed to take care of her, and we didn't. And that's why she keeps freaking erupting. And that's why this week is going to be insane weather-wise. The weather this week, all the way up. See, because we haven't played with our toys well. We haven't been proper. We haven't been treating our Mother Earth with the great respect that she deserves. And how many of these practices, you know, are still going on? That all these, you know, big wigs, all the Bloombergs, all the important people, you know, no, they don't want stuff. They want more property. So I guess if less people die and fall through the cracks and just, you know, get stressed out, and they're just, you know, it's survival of the fittest and all that stuff like that. If we could just get that, then they could just fly around in their helicopters to go to the grocery store and stuff like that, and to their kids' basketball games and stuff like that, you know, and just, you know, more room for you. You know, but there's no spirit in that, and people are coming into their spirit. So there's just, we're having a spiritual, it's this World War III is a spiritual war, folks, that starts within yourself. Can you find peace within yourself? Because if you can find peace within yourself, then you, when you go out in the world, you can match that. You can find peace in the world. If you can't find peace within yourself, then when you go out in the world, you ain't going to find it either. There is so much dark. Because the evil is out in the light, because it's freaking out, because it's going away, because the world knows you can't, you know, you can't live in the dark. You just come to the light, you know. I was so disappointed, man. I was so, you know, it's not that I would never meet her, because I'm going to do a Heoko World Tour one day and travel around to see some places that I wanted to see, and they ain't never been. One of those places is the East Coast, because there's some people I want to meet out there, and I liked Unpolished, and that's one of the reasons why I watched, but, you know, and then she does a freaking, and then she puts, it's like, how much are you in alignment with, you know? How much are you in alignment with someone? Because I like, you know, but I know she's a witch, and I know it seems like she's more of a shadowy kind. You know, but she's young, and she's 25, and maybe she don't know. Maybe she don't know it ain't a good idea to wear those Ouija board t-shirts that are nice and tight and cute, because you look cute, and you lost a lot of weight, and you feel good about yourself, and that's great. But wearing Ouija board t-shirt, you're going to summon something that you don't want. That's the thing, is people always say it's fun, the dark is fun, it's cute, it's sexy, it's hot, it's tantalizing, it's tempting, it sensationally feels good. But the karma that's tied to that, it weighs you down, it keeps you there. Demons are real, ghosts are real. Lower vibrational frequencies are literal attachments that hang on to people. Yeah, you ever know someone that has just started changing their behavior, you know, out of the clear blue sky? Like they got like you know, oh, blood don't, something happened, they did something, and it's just like they're not, there's something about them that is just off. It's an attachment. And they start doing like, like maybe they'll start, never smoked in their life, and like 37, they just, I'm going to start smoking. Just start doing weird stuff. Or like, some people call them like midlife crises, and they're related to astrological alignment. The 7 years itch is a Saturn cycle, if I remember right. That's Saturn is a 7-year one. I got Saturn on my shoulder, so I try to know about Saturn. So people get negative attachments, and they start doing these dastardly things, and then it's like once it's no vibrational frequency, that evil, that's all that lusty stuff, too much of it, all of it. I mean, some of it's good, yeah, it's important. That's how babies are made and stuff sometimes, but all the control stuff and doing it when people don't want it, and all the creepy stuff that goes with it, well, all that is the stuff Earth is shaken from her energetic field. So the people that are acting that way are going to be the collateral damage. Yeah. So stay true to your heart. Stay in your integrity. It's really important right now. Do little, for me, I got to do things but yesterday was a good day. I did stuff. And today I got an idea of a few things I want to do. And if I get those things done, I'm going to be better for it. And if not, I gotta allow, I still got a little bit of time, and I just gotta, during all this, midst of all this, because people are going through it, it's just that people usually aren't doing it all by themselves without trying to disrupt the world of 6 little beings, 7 little beings, besides myself, because it's gotta be business, because she's already, last night, she was so sweet. She was like, Marge, I'm a little confused about things. And I said, okay, Mom, would you like to talk about why? And she's like, no, I just want you to know that I am. And I'm like, okay. I'm confused about things too. I mean, yeah, so you just let me know, Mom. Because it's all about it's all about the kids. But you ain't gonna... But you got to make the kind of elder, it's, if we are lucky to live, people take it for granted how fragile the body is. If we are lucky to live, I had a pretty cool conversation with Mandy yesterday, and I've done talks on this, and she's thought about that. What we become if we are old enough to get old, is what we fully, completely encompass when we were young, and what we were little. We're like little energetic sponges of data and what we learned when we were young. So if we're like the kid that is like, hey, you want some of this? Hey, you want the first bite? You want the last bite? The caring, loving kind, Hey, that's not fair. There's enough for everybody, Why do you get such a big piece? That one? That was always me. The chances are that you're going to grow more into that energy. And then you have those as, mine. Don't you know who I am? This is mine. Don't you know who I am? This is mine. You don't deserve anything. I'm more important than you. I need to, I'm a city planner that needs to get paid freaking $9,000 a month when the community, the people, and it's all paid by taxes, but taxes can't freaking pay $2,000 for everybody. I mean, come on. Basic needs, come on. Because evidently the people that make up rules that they don't follow, their needs are way more extravagant than just our piddly little, basic needs like running water and shit like that. But this is all the karma that they're getting. Hell, there was some city planner I saw in an article from Reading where I'm moving back to. People are like, why the fuck are you going back there? I'm like, because it's burning down and I gotta help rebuild. One of the guys was like, freaking people running for a chair was that up in November was tied to a murder. Straight up to his uncle. A murder was done on his uncle's property and stuff like that. And they've been doing freaking playground justice in Reading the whole time because people just looked away. I guess it's gotten really bad in the last 5 years. I think people are going to reemerge. I know for a fact that the third week of December, the earth is going to be an entirely different place. I just don't know how it's going to do it. So, anyway, I better start getting ready to get Mom breakfast. She got up and around. She was a little groggy-eyed, see, because the weather's shifting. So now it's fall, so there's a chill. So now I got to hurry up and get us where need to be so I can get up and get a fire going before she gets up, you know, and have her slippers ready and make her some tea. And then, what do you want, Mom? Scrambled eggs or what? Broccoli? Want some mushrooms? You know, how do you want them today, Mom? I'm a short order cook for a short mom. I used to call her Little Mom. She's always Little Mom, Shorty. It was Shorty for years, and then I found my respect for her. Shorty. She was Shorty for years. What's up, Shorty? It's Little Mom. No, she's Ma! What do you want for breakfast, Ma? I love you, Ma. So, anyway, all those businesses that have come from a hard place of greed, those are all the ones that are burning down. Those are all the ones that you know, everything is happening that it's supposed to happen. You know, if I'm supposed to be living in a tent with Mom for a while, you know, I know how to do it survivory, and I can make it comfortable for her too. You know, I can make an oasis in the woods just like I can. It's just harder for me, but I can do it. I will if I have to, but hopefully universal match my heart. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad day. I'll be back later on.